welcome to the Please Stop podcast. I'm here, and I shouldn't be. I should be in Portland right now watching Walt Harris versus Alistair Overeem. But that's fine. It's not here or there. Josh is here too, or Jay and Silent Bob. Avery's back. We're not playing D&D this time. We're just going to do a normal podcast and not touch each other. We only kissed each other on the mouths once when we all met up. We're keeping it distant.
Minimum.
Keegan's here. That's the intro.
Far away from the mic, Keegan is here.
I'm going to try to be further away this time.
Okay, so that I have to compress the shit out of your signal.
Well, I mean, last time you left it so loud,
True.
I
Touche.
bled from the ear a little bit. But...
Yeah, if you listen to the last episode, it was pretty much featuring Keegan on lead vocals. I had the compressor on his channel fucking cranked, and so I was quiet, and he was quite loud. So I hope you enjoyed your Keegan time during D&D. We will be doing more of those episodes, just not every. We don't want to do 4 fucking episodes in a row because they're so long, they end up being like a series. But if you like that, let us know because we'll probably do it again because we had a fucking blast, and Dylan got trashed.
Yeah, I did. I was really drunk by the end of that. That was awesome. It was really fun.
Yeah, by the third episode, you were like actually pantomiming shit, and like you got your arm cut off, and you actually pulled it in.
I did do that.
I was like, wow. It's like he's getting fucking
dedication
into this.
You know what? Sometimes you just gotta deliver.
You know when we should do it is when I can smoke weed again.
Yeah.
Yep. I'll get so into character, man.
Yep.
I'll dress up. You said there's a vampire masquerade.
Vampire masquerade.
And it's meant in that one you have to dress up, or that's just.
I think that one is like meant for more like LARPing, which is live action.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
It's more politics, I think. I actually have never played it. My only time I've ever seen it is when I lived in Seattle. My roommates. And I wasn't actually there. They were walking by, and they were walking downtown Seattle and were super drunk and walked by a bunch of people that were leaning over someone crying. And so they went up to see what was going on. And they were all dressed up like vampires. And apparently someone had died in the game. So they were mourning his death while he laid there on the steps. Yeah. So they came back and told me about it and just... didn't understand what the fuck was going on.
It's like improv for basement dwellers.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
They probably like within their own circle get like pussy though.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure.
Like that's probably a vehicle for those incels to actually go out and like
totally
get some action.
Yeah, I think that when you don't have a standard, it's probably pretty easy.
Yeah, I mean. It borders into the whole furry thing. Cause like she's dressed up enough to where you're like, whatever, she's a fucking dragon or whatever. Like,
Yep.
A dragon.
A dragon.
That's aggressive.
I couldn't even ironically LARP. Just the embarrassment, even the secondhand embarrassment of watching people do it is like, damn, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I feel bad.
It's palpable.
What led you here? Like, you know what I mean? Like, choices were made, like both genetically and like interpersonally.
I think I'll do it like one time in my life. It seems like it's almost like bungee jumping. It's like a weird one time.
You're right. It's just
little bucket list item, you know. It's just.
I just wanted to hop up on a horse and just throw a sword at somebody one time, like bungee jumping.
I guess our wedding renewal that we're not doing it anymore, that was kind of LARPing.
Was it going to be LARPing? Were you going to sneak some LARPing in?
Well, I mean, it wasn't sneaking, so
no, it was going to be
pretty advertised up front.
So it's my wife and our 10-year anniversary of being married, July 10th, and so we actually were going to have everyone that came, which we kept it around like I think 35 people, all dress up in like traditional Norse gear. I think I sent you pictures before. And
you wanted my dad to dress like a wizard, I think.
Yeah. We're gonna see. I don't necessarily know if he was supposed to be dressed like a wizard, but maybe. Yeah.
USB, got anything connected?
I don't know.
Technical.
My drum machine, the one to the right.
The goddamn drum machine.
I always fucking leave the MIDI shit.
Trying to make the beats.
Yeah, bake the meats.
Always like
bake the beats meats.
You would think that would totally not fuck it up.
Yeah, you were just doing the.
You can unplug it from the keyboard itself.
I was just gonna. it's just this far one right
No edits, Keegan. You better hurry up.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Yeah,
All live.
video guy's like, God damn it, I'm gonna have to search for this now.
okay.
We gravy.
No, I think I got it. Yeah, you got it. We got it.
Anyways, yeah.
Yeah.
So like,
Are you
you
cracking
wanted
up?
my dad to dress up like a wizard, right?
I mean, not necessarily
Like
a wizard. We just found like a weird kind of robe. We were gonna try to help everyone. So, actually, one of my buddies had done this a few years prior. He didn't do it, but he was part of it. And so we had letters that we sent out. I can't remember if I gave you one, but it actually had like a wax seal on it and like all
nerds.
this. Yeah, it was sweet. And so everyone was supposed to dress up. So I actually started 3D printing chainmail. Yeah,
In your free time.
yeah,
Yeah,
dude,
like, as you
you
do.
start it and you
As
go to
one
sleep.
does.
So, as one does, yeah. So, yeah, it was going to be really cool. And then for the people that showed up that weren't dressed up in the era, my buddy gave me a really good idea from a previous one that he went to where we were going to have 2 of my friends dressed up as tailors as soon as you come in. And so we would have a bunch of spools of cloth, and they would be like, oh, you know, I have to measure you, and they would measure the inseam and all this other stuff. But really all they're doing is measuring from their knee to their shoulder, and then they would choose one of the cloths. They would cut it out twice this length, cut a hole in it, put it over their head like a peasant, and wrap them in rope, and then send them into the party. So they just look like peasants, pretty
Nice.
much walking around. Yeah,
NPC number 4. Like,
yeah, the idea was to make them. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
NPCs.
NPCs. It was supposed to be like if you showed up, you felt out of place because like we got Tanner actually offered to make a bunch of like shields at one point.
Out of what?
Just we were just gonna make
Like
them out of
wood?
plywood and paint them so they look like them. So when we put them up, we had a bunch of people that were gonna get us like all kinds of skulls and like we were gonna do a charcuterie board like where the whole table was a charcuterie board, and we were gonna make like blood sausage and potato sausage and like all these crazy things. Yeah, it would have been fun, but obviously Corona messed that up, so we're not gonna be doing that anymore.
So what's the plan? Are you gonna wait 10 more years or?
So you're getting married next year, so it will depend on that because we don't want to like take away from you guys and stuff.
Eh.
So we'll either try it next year.
My wedding will probably be like a couple Jello shots in a bathtub with
Yeah,
like a Bible.
perfect. Then.
You know,
Yeah. With the Bible in the Jello
it's
in the
gonna
bathtub.
be in the room. you
Okay.
know?
Yeah.
Be around.
Yeah.
standing
Otherwise, we'll wait a couple more years. Yeah.
So, but you'd be celebrating your 10th, but it'll actually be your 12th, or you would say
Yeah, or
this is the
12th,
12th.
11th or 12th. Yeah.
It'll be even more unique. We're like, we celebrate it in an odd. You know,
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
you can celebrate
Viking
like your
years.
11th, your 22nd. your
Yeah,
33rd,
exactly.
and
Just
everything. You're
totally
just like,
fucking random.
Yeah.
It's our 32nd.
Yeah.
It's mathematically consistent, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it would be a good chance for you guys. Actually told them to invite the both of you guys too. So if it happens, or when it happens, you guys should come. We're gonna do
Down.
like blood mead and stuff like that, which is just like cherry mead that we're making. Should be really fun. So.
I think
That'd be
we're
dope.
shooting for like a September-ish, because I mean, like, I'm essentially a transitioning baboon, like body type wise. Like,
Yeah.
I can't do the hot.
Yeah, me
And
too.
I don't want people in the cold, so I figured spring, or fall, because spring here is like fucking risky. Like it
Yeah,
rains
yeah.
for 2 fucking months.
Yeah.
and so probably early September. So not the coming one, but the
Yeah.
next one.
So ours is July 10th. So I think-
Transitioning baboon or bamboo? Like what?
I thought you said
baboon.
bab.
Like if you saw me with my shirt off, you'd be
Okay.
like, "That's a transgender baboon."
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I got the weird saggy.
Okay, I
like,
thought you were like bamboo. I was like, you're like I don't know.
You grow 10
Yeah.
feet a day.
exactly.
Yeah, like that impressive growth rate.
My growth,
Yeah.
yeah, growth rings all over me. Sorry, I can't talk.
Yeah.
So what has everyone done with their quarantine time? Have you guys like improved your life? Are you guys all yoga instructors and like did you grow your dick out finally?
No, I think it's gotten smaller.
Okay.
But no, I just work.
Yeah, me and you
Full-time.
we're essential. I think everyone here except for you is essential.
Yeah.
No offense.
I'm not essential. Yeah.
Because you're a
But you know
business
what's
owner.
crazy?
we got closed down actually. I think a week or two before everyone else too.
Right, because you're in Washington, so you get
Yeah.
like maximum close fucking time.
Yep. So we've been closed down 5 weeks? I think. 5
Fuck,
weeks.
has it
Damn
really
it.
been that long?
I think so. Yeah.
That's wild.
So we're supposed to go back to work May 5th. I think. So we have quite a lot left.
And how many people do you employ? Like how many people are like?
So I
depending on-
counted everyone's kids and like wives and husbands and stuff. It's about 35 people that we like support being open. So yeah.
Damn.
And then one of my guys, he lost his job at the same time. His wife lost his job, and they have 4 kids, just like me.
Yikes.
So yeah. Yep. And because we're self-employed, we don't get a lot of the benefits or grants that they put out. I think the only one we were talking about earlier is the one that's coming out on the 18th. Supposedly unemployed can also get, but I'm sure they're going to do some weird shit.
Right.
I know like the payroll protection one, you have to have an actual business account with the bank that you take that loan out with. And then I think the other one, you have to have 10 actual employees. But all my guys are independent contractors. So, yep. So a lot of people without jobs and not making money and staying home and get no help. So it's pretty cool.
So mostly video games has been.
Yeah,
your
mostly
job.
video games. It's my job. Yep.
I've been kind of envious of the people. I mean, like I don't want to not have a job, but like all the time at home, like I like video games and sitting.
Yeah.
Guitars. All my hobbies involve me sitting,
Yeah.
and like I'm so essential that I've been working like more hours. Like, so it's just not as fun. Everyone's
Yeah.
like, dude, I'm so tired of being home, and I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah.
You probably feel the
Deal
same
with
way.
it.
You're probably like, I want to be home
I
forever.
like being home.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
my favorite place to be.
Yeah.
And my computer sits right next to my slider door, so I still get my sunshine. So,
Wait, you have like a door that sandwiches come out of it?
yeah, it's a roast beef slider door.
Oh, nice. That's convenient.
That is cool.
God.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's how fat I am. That's
I
how
just-
fat I've become.
I just
He
snack
said
on-
slider door, and I thought of little sandwiches. Not a door. Not a door that you go in and out.
Oh,
of.
you had Arby's today.
Yeah, no,
That's
I want to. Like, fuck. I need to. Yeah,
I need a
I need
restaurant.
Weight Watchers.
I need restaurants to open back up.
That's the thing.
I
That
want to
is-
go drink a beer
I've
at a
realized-
restaurant or a bar or something.
Everyone except for me has a really bad addiction with going out to eat. Like it's like no one knows how to fucking cook. Everyone's like, I want to go sit at a Chinese restaurant. Like I didn't really go in
Yeah.
the first place because I fucking work at a restaurant. So I'm just like, I don't know. I don't get it. But like, it's funny how many people like their whole personality is based around like the fact that they go out to eat every fucking night. And now they don't know what to do with themselves because they don't have any hobbies. They don't have any interests. They're not artistic in any way. And all they do is go out and spend money on fucking 300% marked up food.
Yep.
And it's just like, dude, like,
Yeah.
I think there's some
Abundance.
people that are supporting people though. Like,
That's
we
totally
have
different.
we have a friend that owns a restaurant, and actually, we knew him, and I knew him through one of my clients, and we went to his restaurant a bunch. But actually, through this, we've become more acquaintances. I wouldn't say friends actually, where he's hit me up and talked to me about stuff, and then so we originally supported buying from him, but then we actually cut a deal with him where I'm going to do tattoo work on him later, and he's letting us build up like credit through him buying food. So once a week, we'll buy food for all the kids and stuff. So that way Kaylee can like
through his restaurant.
through his restaurant. Yeah.
What is his restaurant?
Willie's Bistro downtown Spokane.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he just makes you like a to-go.
Yeah. So that's what he's doing. That's what everyone's doing.
Yeah.
You know,
And
it
all-
is crazy. Like everyone's doing alcohol too,
Yeah.
which I like. Never
See, they told
thought
us
that
we
that was-
couldn't do that.
Yeah, in Washington, everyone's doing it.
Oh, see,
Like you
Red
put
Robin.
vodka in a cup, and here you go.
Every state has different laws.
It has
when
to be
comes liquor
bottled,
and
it has
stuff
to be
like that.
sealed.
Yeah,
Yeah, we can
bottles,
sell
yeah.
beer in a can, but I can't make a vodka tonic and
No.
just hand it to
Oh
a child.
no.
and just-
So what they're doing
you
is
shouldn't
they're
do
kind
that
of
anyways,
selling.
but-
Yeah, they're selling almost like kits. Like if you want this, it
Right,
comes
right, yeah.
with like your
a
Moscow
syringe and
Mule, your blah blah blah,
Yeah.
and then you mix it at home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you just stop by the old gas station,
Yeah.
get your own beer, and
Yep.
potentially
Yeah.
give someone
Oh, I
Corona.
can't go buy $7 drinks anymore. It's like, go to the fucking gas station, dude.
Yep.
Like,
Yep. I don't know. Yeah, Corona.
you haven't improved your life at all?
No,
with quarantine?
of course not. Am I the kind of person that would do that? I've learned a new skill. I've learned the editing thing. That by
True,
that
yeah,
by that
true.
third video, I was getting pretty quick at getting in there
Yeah.
and moving around.
So yeah,
Yeah.
Jamie and Keegan were doing or helping collaborate with the video stuff. Now it's all Dylan. So if you have
Nice.
concerns, direct them at Dylan. If you have
and I
compliments,
will
direct them
not
at Dylan.
listen to any of
Right,
them. Compliments included, because I don't believe you.
Also, have you noticed the only messages we get on our Facebook page are like weird people sending us like conspiracy videos and like, have you seen some of the messages from this week?
As some dude was, I don't know.
They're like,
what
dude,
the-
5G's causing the fucking corona. I'm just like, dude.
yeah, in the 4
I'm like
countries that it's
borderline,
in.
like that's a fake conspiracy theory. Like I have
Right.
conspiracies
It is.
about that conspiracy.
Yeah.
This is a
like,
psyop.
like nobody actually believes that. Yeah, it's a psyop.
It's
like,
a psyop.
Yeah.
No one in this room, I mean, like, I'll talk about flat Earth all day, but the 5G shit is like, did you fucking...
Yeah, but when-
Well, I mean, the 5G causing coronavirus, like 5G, like maybe causing not being healthy for people. like,
Right, that's a whole
maybe
separate
that's
thing,
Its
but
own
they're,
thing.
like,
But
conflating it all
like
together.
and that's the thing that makes me think it's a psyop and everything.
Right.
Type thing.
I
It's
get
like-
that birds aren't real, and I get that we
Yeah,
live on a
exactly.
flat plane, but, like,
Yeah.
5G is only in, like, fucking 8 countries.
Well, not only that, like I think what's weird, and I could be wrong about this, is when I used to sell cell phones, like other countries were always ahead of us,
Right,
And
it's
especially
in.
Japan. So Japan, like we always joked about, like they are already at like 20G.
Yeah, they're already
you know?
fucking robots
Like,
over there.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Literally.
so it's weird that we would think all of a sudden here in our country it's different, you know. So
Yeah, they'd be getting cants
yeah,
already. They'd be
little,
like,
little
well,
guys
there's-
carrying towers on their
Yeah,
back.
we'd notice like, hey, why are they 7 foot tall all of a sudden? Like, you guys are terrifying. What's going on? They're like, oh, 5G, you know?
What kind of Chernobyl accident
Yeah.
happened over here to make y'all like this?
Yeah, hit.
Get that bat out of your mouth.
So I heard that it might have been a pangolin, and I had
Pangolin
to
scales.
re-look that up and everything to make sure that it was the
A-
thing
a
that I
what?
thought a pangolin.
It's like an armadillo, kind of.
Kind of, yeah. It's
Yeah.
like I don't know.
Why would you eat a helmet?
It's like an armadillo you
Right.
can't have sex with, basically.
Oh,
That's the crucial differentiate. But what I read is that the scales have been used for like medicine. So like they take the scales and they grind them up into a powder, and then they ingest it in some way, and then that's supposed to like get rid of menstrual cramps, and the lighting just changed.
Very big.
Whoa.
Very
light.
drastic. Yeah, much big leap.
yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I was having a stroke.
Yeah, seriously.
I just kept it
We
to
all
myself.
just died.
Yeah.
But it's one of those like cure-all things. They just grind up a scale and everyone like the craziest definition for what it got rid of is if you're possessed by the spirit of an ogre.
Oh.
That's one of its most common uses. So if you have
Oh, okay.
ogre spirits haunting your body, pangolin scales will cure it. Which immediately like red flags, guys. Like what kind of fucking medicine?
There's just this
Backwoods
little-
ass shit. Like Louisiana is more evolved than this sort of fucking like healthcare system you guys have going on.
Little
Like,
Chinese.
you're
man.
possessed by ogres,
Yeah.
guys. Like.
Oh
Dude.
God, yeah. We need to, Doc. We need you to see our friend over there. Yeah, why? He's just turned really witty and angry all of a
Yeah.
sudden. He keeps saying stuff about his swamp.
Yeah,
I don't
get out of
know.
my swamp, like hanging out with donkeys.
He keeps doing a Mike Myers, but he's doing more fat bastard than
Yeah.
Shrek. I don't understand what the fuck is wrong with him. Get away from my rock. See, it's totally off. He's not even. There's something wrong with him.
So I think that's the problem. The fact that they believe shit like that and that they think that will cure them. Those are the same type of people who eat bats and fucking.
Yeah.
This is not some racist soapbox I'm getting on. I'm just saying that culturally there's a fucking problem here. You guys are fucking like eating weird shit. You get fucking dog meat. Like knock it off. Like there's all kinds of pathogens in cats and dogs and shit that jump species because of shit like this. And that stuff's always existed. And the best way to not get it is to not eat fucking pets and not eat weird fucking animals. Like, stick to the cloven hoofed things. I mean, fuck, eat people. That's probably safer. Holy fuck. Population control.
I think
mean,
you
but
can
yeah.
only get one disease that eats your brain away from
Yeah,
eating.
prions.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
so it is.
very, very bad brain-eating diseases.
people. Yeah.
But I mean, I would have to then consume your brain or part of your body, right, to get it. It's not
Yeah.
as contagious.
Like-
I think
So-
it's from eating human brain.
Yeah,
I think it's
specific-
just
yeah.
from that. Yeah.
Yep. It's like just like what mad cow is. It's like
Yeah.
a prion. I'm like probably butchering.
I feel
the
like I have a
medical
story
definition.
for everything. Did I tell you the story about the girl that got that?
They got mad cow.
No. So this will be okay.
Here we go.
So Cody, my buddy Cody,
Yeah.
I think it was his wife, knows the girl that got this, and so the story goes is that all these girls went to Seattle to like go party, drink, and blah blah blah, be crazy. And I would like to like look it up and see if I can actually find any news articles about this because I never have. But anyways, they go and they like make a pact, like, oh, we're not going to leave with any guys. So
We're not going to eat anyone's brains.
yeah, we're not going to, suck
You are not
anybody's
going to lick
dick.
his
Yeah.
asshole tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
Standard
So
agreements.
one of the girls meets this guy, and he was like, oh, you should come home with me. And she's like, no. And they like made out and all this other stuff. So anyway, she goes home a couple months later. She ends up in the hospital, and she's super sick, like really fucked up. And doctors do all these tests on her. She comes back. They do more tests on her. Eventually, she comes back, and she's waiting in the waiting room or whatever. And the police come in, and they're like, hey, we got called because you have this thing, and you can only get it from eating a human brain. That's the only way you can get it. So she is like, what the fuck? So she's going to die from it. They're trying to figure out where she got it from. So they track it to this guy. She's like, this is the only guy that I've like kissed or done anything with. I have his number. He wanted to come meet up with him if I ever came back. So she calls him. They set up this whole thing, go to his house. They go in his basement, and he's got a bunch of chopped up chicks, and he's been eating them. And so this is like a story directly from one of my friend's wives. So if it's true, I like I said, I want to look it up. But yeah, that's a story that I found out about that stuff because I was like, whoa, is that true? Like you can get this disease. So that girl, I don't know if she's even alive anymore, but yeah, she almost got eaten. Yeah.
Damn. She must be ugly.
Yeah.
He's like, nah, I just want to make
Nah.
out. Get the fuck out of here. Like, I don't even want to. Like, that's a
No, he
diss.
tried to
That's
get
a
her to
diss.
come home, and like their pack or whatever was like not to go home with the guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Wow. Girl power.
Yeah, that's,
saved your
that's
life,
one of
dude.
the situations where your grenade buddy can help you.
Exactly.
She's like, don't go in. You're like, shut up, Tabitha.
Yeah.
Like,
Karen.
cock blocking bitch. But she ended up saving your life, you know?
And she'll never let you forget it until the disease gets to the
Yeah.
brain.
Eats your brain away.
Well, this is a real person we're talking about.
Yeah. It's a probably dead person. Yikes.
Yeah.
That's crazy though. That'd be wild.
Yeah.
I don't.
Like I said, I haven't confirmed it. I've never looked it up to see if there's articles of this guy getting arrested.
It's just
But
like
the story itself is just like, whoa, what the
I
fuck?
think it's
Like,
nicer if I just don't look into it because then I don't know if it's true or not. It's just a really nice urban legend.
Yeah.
It's just, it sits well like that. Because if I debunk it, then I'm like, oh man.
Never
Well, it is
happened.
one of those things that, like, even if the story is not specifically real, you know that sort of stuff does
Possible.
happen
Right.
a little
Yeah.
bit, and that's kind of terrifying.
That's like
Yeah.
the old Chris Farley bit on fucking Billy Madison. He goes, I got with her one time. No, you didn't. Yeah, but I know
But
what
you
guys did
couldn't-
one time. No, you didn't. Yeah, but could you imagine?
Yeah. Imagine what it would be like. Yeah, pretty much.
Fuck. That's what I'm going to resort to if I end up getting quarantined. Just turn on all those old movies like that. Just
Oh,
playing
yeah.
video games with it on in the background. Because I don't watch any new TV shows like The Tiger King.
You haven't watched that?
No.
I thought
my
you started.
God,
No,
it's so
I told
good.
you I wasn't going to watch it.
Why? It's
Why?
great.
Because I just don't. I don't know. I
Do
just
you like
don't.
cringe?
No.
You don't like watching other like having
But see,
secondhand
here's the
embarrassment?
problem that I have with this is it came out, blew up. Okay, like everything does like that. But like everyone started. So now I know every little bit about it. It's 6 episodes, and if you listen, like 8 out of 10 people I've seen talk about it, they go, "Well, it could have been 4." So right there, I'm like, okay, don't want to watch the last 2 episodes already. But like that's how Netflix does all of their documentaries. They're just
Right.
they draw them out for as long. And now Fox or ABC News is doing a whole bit, like, and they're interviewing the dude in jail, like, and it's like the dude manipulated guys, fed them meth, married them.
Dude,
Like,
you have to watch it.
no, but see, I
Dude,
don't need
it's
to.
crazy too, because at the
It's
beginning when you're
fucking-
watching it and the 2 dudes that he's with,
You're like,
you're
"These
like,
aren't gay guys.
Those are not gay guys.
These
Like,
are
what
not
is
gay
going
guys.
on? Yeah,
My gaydar is strong.
yeah, yeah.
Help that.
And then, These dudes aren't gay.
Yeah.
I can't help it.
Yeah.
And they're missing. They got some fucking problems, but they're not gay.
You just watch Great and Wonderful Whites, West Virginia. I'll just leave. That's my
That sounds like
cringe death
a
family.
propaganda film.
No, Dick House made it. So Jackass, like Johnny
Oh,
Knoxville
okay.
and stuff, and it's just
okay.
about a family. It's a true story, like it's a documentary about a family, and they all like sell pills to each other. Like there's scenes where they're having a family barbecue at this public park, and there's like 6-year-olds running around with cigarettes in their mouth, and like they're like going into the bathrooms at bars, smashing up Xannies and snorting them on the
Dude.
And when I say West Virginia, they are West Virginia through and through to a T. Like they are disgusting human beings. All of them are like
Tiger King, dude. It's that plus Tigers.
yeah, but it's only an hour and a half. And all this stuff.
Oh,
about
it's a
Tiger
one
King,
episode
they
documentary.
tried to play Tiger King off like all of this stuff was so. I think they exaggerated a lot of it. I think there was a lot of it to it that was just like, they said something about the housekeeper. She wasn't actually their housekeeper. She was like a fucking her nanny or something.
See, you gotta watch it.
But see, I don't want to.
You can tell he hasn't seen it.
Yeah. You can tell. Almost like he said that he doesn't.
Well, it's just
want
like
to.
I want to like fill you in, but you wouldn't get it. Like,
I don't like how popular they are either. I don't like the fact people are like, oh, he might get pardoned out of prison. It's like,
yeah. I read
why are you excited about that?
Yeah.
They're all shit people.
Yeah.
Carol Baskin killed her fucking husband.
Which
man.
is, she's probably the most righteous one out of all of them then.
Dude, you would hate this kind
Oh,
of
I'm
shit.
sure I would.
By episode 2, you're like, I want to do something.
Yeah.
Like, I was like moved to activism. Like, I was like, fuck the Tigers. They can rot in fucking hell. I want to get this bitch.
See, that's the only thing I
Like,
care about is
straight
the
up.
Tigers. That's my problem. The
You'll
only
be
thing-
so full of rage for this Carol woman that you'll be like, just
I already am.
tunnel vision.
Yeah.
I was like filled with rage at this human.
So I didn't feel like when I watched it, like any of the people are good people at all. I think that's a
Not a single person on this
misunderstanding.
show.
Like I think a lot of people who haven't watched it or people that have watched it feel like in general.
Oh,
people
Joe's
are
a
like,
piece of shit.
Yeah, Joe Exotic.
Joe's
He's a piece of shit. Literally, it's everyone's a piece of shit. Other than
Maybe the lesbian with one arm.
the trans with one arm.
Yeah.
Like
The
there's
lady
trans
boy,
with one
the
arm.
lady boy that got her arm ripped off.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, she's chill.
Yeah, and she's
Yeah,
cool.
no, like-
and she literally went back to work 7 days after getting her arm ripped off.
Okay,
Because
dude,
she knew it wasn't the tiger's fault. She was like, "It's my
Chop
fault.
off
I
that
fucked
stick,
up."
you can-
best
Yeah.
part, and what I need explained the most about the entire fucking documentary is they show the scene. She gets her arm ripped off.
Yeah.
He finds out about it, busts out of that trailer already wearing a fucking EMT jacket. So what that tells me is that someone told him, hey, one of the trainers got their arms ripped off.
Yeah.
He paused, went to his wardrobe. My mic just died.
We just lost you completely.
And mine.
Oh, I'm back.
Here we go.
Weird.
was weird.
So yeah, he pauses completely, goes into his wardrobe while someone's fucking
yeah.
bleeding out, dying, for sure dying, puts on an EMT coat for the cameras,
Yeah.
and then goes over to the person with one arm and is like calling 911 and making sure she's okay and like tying shit and saying the whole like, don't leave me, stay with me, blah, 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 like all just for the camera. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
dude's a sociopath.
I think you also find out in one of the episodes that one of the guys that is the producer who's talking, he was recording all this stuff to make a reality TV show.
Right.
And he even talks about it in it, how like Joe Exotic or whatever, he was like being crazier and crazier, firing people for no reason, blah, 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 just because he knew he was
Just 'cause
on the camera.
was on,
So I think what it is almost an Inception shit going on. You're watching this documentary while
That he thought was going to be a reality TV
that he
show.
thought it was going to be a reality TV show, so he is being even more over the top
Okay.
than he actually
Yeah.
even is. I mean, he is over the top, but he's even being crazier.
Yeah.
Like the whole EMT thing. He probably was like, "Oh shit, I need to look good for this." He wasn't
Right.
thinking about his employee who just lost
Yeah,
their arm
right.
or his arm or whatever. It's just like that nonstop. It's just watching a train wreck is what it is. And it's crazy to think about, like, people like that exist. I think they're all horrible people. Like, absolutely. Even Carol's a horrible
What do you think
person.
about Doc Antle or whatever his name
Oh,
is?
the dude that has, like,
Bhagavan, whatever the fuck.
a special dick that if you let him fuck you, then you ascend.
Yeah,
pretty much is
yeah.
what-
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Like, have you
Yeah.
seen this?
I saw like an episode and a
You
half.
got
like,
dude.
I
You
saw-
gotta finish it.
Yeah.
You gotta finish
I
it.
similarly don't care and like
There's much
aggressively
to
don't
learn
care
about humanity.
lots of TV
Yeah.
things.
It will renew your hatred for just humans.
I
in general.
agree with
like-
what you're saying though.
Yeah.
The first episode kind of doesn't really catch you. It's like you have
Second
to-
episode is fire.
Yeah, you start.
Oh yeah,
watching
no, like I
it,
think it
and
was the
you're just
second
like,
one where
what
the lady
in the
loses
fuck?
her arm.
Yeah,
and
right
everything,
off the
and,
bat,
like,
you're like, okay, second and third episode,
Yeah.
fucking pure fire. Then it kind of tapers off, and then towards the end, you're like, okay, we get it. But like,
Yeah.
still, I had to finish every
even
episode.
TV shows that I'm interested in, I don't care about very much at
Yeah.
the time being. I don't know. I just get distracted by educational YouTube.
I would say though, if anything, before
sad.
you guys watched this or even knew about it, how much thought did you guys even have towards the captivity of tigers?
I fall back to the Joe Rogan quote where he's always bringing up, there's more tigers in captivity in just Texas than there are in the wild.
Right.
Which they, on the documentary, I think they attempted to debunk that.
I don't remember
They-
that. I know there is a part where they show a couple different TV shows where they're talking, or news people are talking about how there's more tigers in captivity than there are in the wild or whatever.
Just in general.
Yeah. So
His was
last
just
time,
in Texas, is what he said.
yeah. So last time I checked, fuck, I don't even want to say a number because I can't remember, but they started a GoFundMe for like just wild tigers, and it's got like thousands and thousands of dollars donated to it. So I mean, if anything, it helped people to remember that, right? Because
know a
like when it's
single-
not on your daily notice of like thinking about it, you
Yeah, you're just
know
not
that
thinking about
information,
tigers
but you don't really
the
give
time.
two.
Well, I don't
fucks.
know a single tiger with a fucking checking account, so I don't know if they're good.
Right.
Anyways,
Yeah, I don't know.
good luck.
Tony the tiger.
Yeah, exactly.
Tigers.
All that he's already got that cereal money. He's fucking doing fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the- Dave, have you watched Dave yet? The
No.
Little
No, I heard
Dicky
it's
show.
good.
It's
I've
very
heard it's
funny.
good.
Andrew Santino's in it. Very funny. Taco, from Odd Future.
Oh, sick. Okay.
Tyler Creator's right hand man or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's in it too and like plays a big role in like the last episode they just released is literally an entire Taco episode.
Really?
Like it's all
Does he
about
call
him and his
himself
girlfriend.
Taco?
No, it's not. No.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember what his name is in the show, but and then Andrew Santino's just this like redheaded white dude manager. Like
They're not
nice.
playing themselves.
yes,
Oh, they are.
Little Dicky is. No one else is.
Okay.
But Little Dicky plays Little Dicky. Like and Dave is his real name in real life.
Is it like about him getting?
It's.
famous?
I think it's loosely based off that because like the first episode is him talking to his parents about having a YouTube video with a few million views, and then
Oh, nice.
his friends convincing you need to play live, like you need to, and then they make a viral video and shit like that. But yeah, it's really funny. It's like 6 episodes out right now, but it's comical.
What
I
is
just
it on?
started. It's Hulu.
Hulu.
Yeah,
Oh,
Hulu.
okay.
Yeah,
I just started watching Breaking Bad. I had never seen them all.
Oh wow.
I've never
Actually
watched that
fucking
either.
Good. I realized how old it is. I was
Yeah,
like, oh
yeah.
shit, this came out in 2008. They're all using flip phones and stuff. I didn't think it was that old because it
Nice.
took so long to finish that
Right.
it's current still.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy fucking show.
Yeah, it is.
Everyone's like, yeah, no shit, dude, right
Yeah.
now. Like,
A science teacher that makes meth.
Yeah.
What the hell did you expect?
but you remind me of Jesse. That's what I wanted to say.
That's his the
The like wigger that
the like his guy.
like
right?
juggalo salesman.
Juggalo salesman.
I'm only on
I
like
don't even know if
season,
he is a juggalo.
I'm
in
just
that.
like I'm only on
Okay.
season 2 and like what they made him dress. Like I'm just like, I want to fight this guy just based on his attire.
Yeah.
Just like the printed and the way big hoodie.
It's always
unzipped
funny
all
to
the
think
time.
about like what Hollywood thinks.
Right, it's like what they
that
think a
people
meth head
look
looks
like,
like. I'm like,
yeah.
okay, it's
Right.
kind of on the nose, but also like fucking stop.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Too
it's
close.
So annoying. Like, ugh.
Have you watching anything else? I don't know. I don't have anything else that I've watched. I've watched a couple stupid scary movies that piss me off every time I get to the ending of them. Can't remember what they're called because they piss me off.
I cannot, and might need your help with this. I cannot get Janelle to watch The Conjuring.
Why? It's such
She
a
says
good
it's
movie.
too scary. I'm like, but it's so good, and
It's
it's
such a
loosely
good
based
movie.
on a true story. And she's like, no, it's too scary. I
a
just
good
can't
movie.
get her to do it.
It's a good movie as a movie. Like
Yeah.
not
Right,
even
that's
as
what I
a
keep telling her. I
scary
was like, it's
movie.
just a good movie.
The second one was good too. Like
Right.
they did a real any of those Ed and Lorraine Warren style where
they're a little more artsy. Way better
they're-
at storytelling.
Well, it's because they have so much documented storyline through Ed and Lorraine because they just recently, Lorraine just recently died.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because Ed has been dead for a while, and then Lorraine just recently died. She did a cameo in the first Conjuring, I think.
Oh, that's cool.
And
Oh,
like,
yeah.
So because she's the one that gets all fucked up in the head because she
Right.
sees whatever
$10 a ghost flew out of that pussy when she died. Just
or into it.
yeah.
I mean, my turn, bitch. You've been in my mind for too
Have you
long.
guys seen Hereditary?
Yes.
No.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Josh.
Don't spoil it for me. I know
Yes.
someone gets their head
Okay.
cut off suddenly.
No,
That's all I
no.
know. Don't ruin it for me.
Oh, you already know the part then that.
No, but
yeah.
you don't.
All I know is someone gets their head
You
cut
don't know
off. But
the follow up.
yeah,
Oh, dude.
don't ruin it for me.
It goes crazy.
Because
It's like also like Fight Club. So watch it all the way through and then go online or watch it again because everything that happens at the end, they like literally blatantly tell you throughout the whole thing. And you're just like, oh fuck. Like you just don't know because you don't know how it ends or whatever.
okay.
Yeah.
That like makes my hands sweat,
dude, it's so
it's
crazy.
intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just heard
Yeah.
it was like over the top scary. And I,
I
was
watched
like, really?
it with my brother, his wife, and Kaylee. They all fucking fell asleep. Well, I thought they fell asleep. So I'm just sitting in my house by myself watching it. And I was so fucking scared to go to bed. Well, later the next day, I ended up finding out that my sister-in-law was awake too. She just pretended like she was asleep when I checked to see if she wanted to go like to their room or whatever, which at the time at the house
Psycho.
was downstairs, right? So they
You're a crazy person. That's for 12-year-olds.
yeah, it was so funny. It
Oh,
was so
okay.
funny, yeah.
Yeah, that movie's
It's-
great.
It
Dude.
is.
Yeah, I want to get back into scary movies, I think, because they've just been so bad for so long, but there's a couple gems, and apparently now there's a kind of resurgence of, like, watchable horror
Yeah.
movies.
Some.
Keegan fucking hates scary movies. That's
Oh,
probably,
okay.
like, bottom tier.
No,
genre
it's
for
like
you,
I'll
isn't it?
literally leave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like,
He's
oh,
just,
really?
I'll like not be in the building.
he's
Do
like,
you
this
not like
doesn't
scary
glorify
movies,
God.
or do you
I'm
not
out.
like
I don't like anything in the horror genre.
like not gore porn or whatever?
Well, that I'm like that's like the full on like I'll leave.
Yeah.
Like I
Oh,
mean
I
I'll leave
hate-
my
I
own
hate gore.
house.
Yeah.
Like,
So I stopped.
like-
I stopped watching. So horror movies, obviously, on
Yeah, I'll
getting
sell my
studios.
house.
like
Yeah, I'll sell my house.
maybe not quite that much.
Like
but
I moved to Idaho because someone watched Hills Have Eyes
Yeah.
too in my
Yeah.
bedroom. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm like I'm
well,
out.
I'm getting rid of my mortgage. Like, dude,
Maybe not quite that much.
over the
I'll
top.
just not be in the vicinity.
Like, he
and
really
everything
doesn't
for
like
it.
It's
I'm
funny
like,
you said that because like that was the movie that stopped me from watching horror movies, and I used to watch like
the rape scene. In
the
Hills Have Eyes,
closest,
too.
yeah, the closest to
And
like gore
yeah,
porn
too much.
for me was like Hellraiser. I like watched all those,
Yeah.
but like they still weren't The Hills Have Eyes too. Like,
Yeah.
what is like some underage chicks getting raped while their dad's on fire? Some dude's like eating a baby, like all in
Yeah.
one scene to the point where like me and my buddies were like grown men were like,
like,
no, we're not watching this.
later.
Please."
Yeah.
We turned it
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
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 So
Close second is Last House on the Left. That rape scene is
Oh my
like,
god, like 20 minutes long.
yeah, too long, too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like hearing that sort of things are in some of these movies like this. I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
not even gonna chance it. Like
It's
I
not
have
scary,
no
it
interest.
just bothers me.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
it's
No,
the
like
worst.
and like that's I don't need that rattling around in my brain.
Oh, dude.
Nobody
Nobody
needs
does.
that rattling
No.
around.
I
in
think
their
it's
brain.
lazy movie making.
There's
Right,
that
it's
too,
the-
yeah.
You
Because,
need
like-
that shock.
Yeah, like Hereditary, there are like few gore spots or whatever, but it's the
Is it
unknown.
jump scares?
It's the unknown, is what
No,
it is.
yeah,
it's
it's more like you just get shaky because
Yeah.
you're like, whoa, what
Yeah.
the?
The anticipation of the
Yeah.
jump scare is
Yeah.
drawn
Yeah.
out. That's fine. I just don't like the fucking like. I got turned off from horror movies for like maybe the last 10 years because it was just all about the jump scare, and that was
Right.
the whole movie was just 2 hours of bah,
yeah,
bah, and I'm
or
like,
gore.
it's just.
Yeah,
That's why the
It
Conjuring
was just like
is so
horror
good.
movies as made by
I'm
Michael
not
Bay
scared. I'm
and Skrillex
annoyed.
soundtrack.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, Michael Bay made this fucking lens flare, jump scare, lens flare, jump scare,
Explosion.
you know, explosion, Ninja Turtles underwater. Like that's not scary. Like it's just.
That's why the Conjuring was so good because it's just right in your face. There's no like build up to anything. It's like, no, this house is haunted. They know it. The cops walk into the house at one point in that movie, and then everything starts banging, and the cops are like, "See ya."
See ya.
They're like, "We can't help ya."
Can't put handcuffs on a ghost
They
later.
just get the fuck out. They're like,
They're like, wait a second. Are any of these ghosts black? They're like, no, they're all white. Okay, then we're definitely leaving. Like, we
yeah, we can't shoot any of these guys.
can't wrongfully convict any of these ghosts.
Dude,
so.
that's so ridiculous. Yeah. The I Spit on Your Grave, though, that's the one that really got me.
Cutting off dicks
I'm not
with
in
shovels.
the revenge parts of it didn't really bug me,
Badass.
but like the rape scene in that is so bad.
The old
And
one or
then-
the new one?
The new one, and then they have the
I didn't see the
mentally
new one.
handicapped guy get down and rape her. Like the guys force him to do it, and it's just like.
Yeah.
Can't do it. What was the Last House on the Left was real bad.
Bad.
Yeah.
And then
That's the one you were talking about. It's like 20-minute long.
Yeah, it's too long.
It's
It
like-
seems too long. We get it. She got
Yeah.
raped.
Yeah.
I'm not into it.
What's the one where the guy like he's like trapped in his house and there's people outside the house? He's with his family, and then his best friend like gets into the house and he shoots his best friend in the stomach with a
Is
shotgun.
that Strangers?
Strangers.
Yeah.
No. The Strangers is a different one.
Strangers is the one with Liv Taylor.
Yeah,
Tyler,
where the
and
dude's
she-
like walking through the thing,
Yeah.
stabbing stuff with a pitchfork.
That the Aerosmith? I don't want to close my eyes.
Yeah, it's his daughter.
That girl? Yeah.
Arwen from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Not a fan.
I just like
Her.
heard boners happening
I'd-
for some reason. I
yeah.
feel like
What? What you just heard
the
about?
way the way he reacted, I
Those
was like,
boners.
I was like, there's
Yeah.
some blood.
Everyone
coming
else was like,
from-
what?
No, just like stoked about Lord of the Rings.
I'm just
Unrelated.
He's like, Would you watch a movie if it was 2 hours and it was just called The Rape Movie and it was just her?
Oh my
No.
god. Jesus.
I don't even
That
know
would
what she
change your
looks like.
opinion of her?
No, I
Oh,
don't
dude, she
know.
looks like her dad, who looks like my grandma.
I mean, it's kind of
Your mom's mom?
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
pipes.
Yeah.
My mom?
Yeah.
Steven Tyler looks like my mom's mom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, straight the fuck
Right
up.
now, right now, he
Right
has,
now.
yeah, where
Right
he has
now.
like the scarves, the silk
Yeah.
scarves and stuff. Yeah,
I'm always trying to get my grandma to like tie scarves to a microphone just for the lulls, but she
Oh
won't do it.
my
She's like, "What are you
God.
talking about?" But I was like, dude looks like a grandma.
yeah,
Dude
Oh, yeah.
looks like a lady.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, how ironic. We've come full circle.
Yep.
Was that one
Like-
of theirs actually?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Love in an
It's like
elevator.
it's an
and
autobiography.
shit like that. Yeah, dude. A memoir to self. Dude. Yeah, unfortunately, quarantine has not stopped Loud Truck Bro. And he's present in every fucking quadrant of this county, dude. I swear to God. I was like, oh, cool. Like, the roads were quiet for like the first week.
Yeah.
And I live like, by the highway. It's noisy. It's super one and shit. But, dude, loud truck guys are like loving it. There was drag racing outside of my house.
Oh,
There was
man.
that first week when there was like no cars on the road.
Yeah.
These little like fuck boys and like ricers were. Is that racist? Ricer?
No,
Anyways.
that's what the cars are called.
Okay,
Unless
so-
you're talking about the little Asian
We're-
kids inside of them, it's not racist.
Yeah. We're fresh out Asians up here, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But, no, they were drag racing on Idaho Street just at like fucking midnight.
Well,
Like just
We're
there's
right
no
on-
one on the roads.
Yep.
We're just peeling out like fuck, dude. Some people just don't give
Hate
a
'em.
fuck about quarantine. I think there's like a healthy balance of like respecting quarantine but also not giving a fuck. Like I'm not scared,
Like
but I'm
right
also
now?
not like yeah.
Like this right now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not coughing on your dick, like
No.
but like we're also not,
We're all clean.
hope not.
I don't need that kind of amateur shit in there anyways. so.
That's like the new subset on Pornhub is like COVID porn.
There is.
Cough on my dick.
Oh,
you know?
no,
Just
I don't know
like
about that. I just know that. Cough on my.
Italian COVID porn.
Just bonded
Yeah.
up to a wall and just.
Yeah.
So like totally forgot that like
Cough job.
it hit Italy the hardest.
The
and
hardest,
I was
yeah.
like, why is this like pasta related? Like what is like, like what is the connection?
Dude.
Dude, that I know that bit. Did you see the Crystalia bit? His open the window.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah.
One of
Open
the
window.
funniest things I've ever
Yeah.
seen.
He's like, how Italian is it to be in the middle of a pandemic and everyone's all sad and you're like, open the window and go get what did he say? Go get my
Bring me my trumpet.
bring me my trumpet and you just start like out the fucking window
Yeah, no, actually
to
I've
other Italians who are dying.
seen some of the stuff that he's been posting, and he's definitely killing the quarantine.
Yeah, yeah, dude.
He's doing it well.
I can't even. That's
love
what I need to
Crystalia.
get a camera and start doing dumb videos because that's how you
Dude, get
do
a
it.
TikTok, dude.
I don't know if I can handle that.
I don't.
Yeah.
That sound-
I
that-
fucking hate
That sounds like
TikTok.
too much work for what they put out. Like, because they put a lot of those people put a lot of work into those TikTok
Yeah.
videos.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Isn't TikTok just fine?
yeah,
It
with
just
more
in the right place,
effects.
fine.
It allows
again,
you to put
like,
the
bring
effects
back
and the
Vine.
music and everything behind it. It's like a mini
Lots of
video
crackles.
editor.
It's a crackle
Yeah,
fit.
and it's nothing's clipping at the moment. So
Well.
or
Are both midis unplugged?
there's more than one.
There's the
Both medieval,
Beatmaker.
I don't know what that
Beatmaker
is.
and the drum machine.
medieval,
Just,
medieval.
just unplug them from the actual Beatmaker, because then you don't have to worry about what USB it is.
Yeah, dude, we don't need beats right now.
You sure?
Yeah,
Yeah, we don't
I
need
mean,
beats.
that's later. That's later.
The Beat Lab.
Fuck, I need to be in the Beat Lab more. I've just been like getting fat and playing video games. We've been playing some Hunt, which
Yeah.
is fine. If you guys still have not fucking checked out Hunt, like play Hunt.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's fucking so good. And Final Fantasy VII is out, but I haven't played it yet. I'm gonna wait.
I've smashed through it.
And
I
you
think
said
I
it's
put
like
it
it's
in
like making you
24
cry,
hours.
like legit making you cry.
Yeah, I mean, so I was against the remake when they started issuing a bunch of the changes they're making, but playing it, it's been totally fine.
It looks like amazing.
Yeah,
Its
so
cinematics
yeah,
are
graphic wise, it's
incredible.
amazing. You have two distinct different like battle systems. So they have one that's classic, where if you click a button, you go into a menu, everything kind of slows down, and you can choose to do your summonings and your spells. And then normal is just fast paced. So when you go in your menu, nothing stops; it's still going. I did the
like
classic.
the last Final Fantasy game they released.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
With the bros that were like
In
on
the
a road
car,
trip.
dude,
Yeah.
The
I
road
played
trip.
that game for 25 hours
Yeah.
and spent
27 of them in a car.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude,
So it gives me hope though, in that. Yeah.
dude, I'm not joking.
Is that the Final Fantasy game where you spend 27 hours trying to like figure out if they're gay, only to find out that they're just as metrosexual Japanese people as
Oh
you?
yeah.
When his best
Oh, yeah.
friend looks like the princess you're going to pick
Yeah,
up.
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah,
why don't
yeah,
we
yeah,
just
yeah.
fuck this guy?
And
Like,
you run out of gas in the game, and you're just like, cool. Now you're spending half the time pushing a car,
right.
and you're like, this is really fun.
And then it lets you do a time lapse of what you're doing, but it still
Yeah.
takes 15 minutes to get across the map. You're like,
You're like, hey, Japanese people, that's not how time lapse
send
works.
me
Yeah.
a dragon to fly.
Yeah.
Like,
Do I need to
what
make you
are
watch
doing?
like Rocky so you know what a montage is like? Like, what's going on here, guys? Like,
Yeah.
seriously, like
No montages.
time lapse. You're like, nothing's lapsing. You're like, I'm just watching this dude put on makeup in a Chevy. Like, what's going on here? Like, there's two paths. You can save the princess, or you can help this gay dude find Jesus. It's up to you. It's a choice-based game. Like,
Oh my god, dude.
yeah.
Making it episodic though, I think that was a good idea. So like,
They didn't fuck with the story.
No.
Story's
The
the
main
story.
story is the story. They've added a new thing that I mean, it's been such a long time. Last time I played was probably a year ago, like the original.
Oh, wow.
And then I didn't even play all the way through it, but this one only takes place in Midgar, the main city. All the main like notes are there. Like no spoilers. I mean, if you play the game, then you know the game. Like they blow up the plate and it drops down and kills a bunch of people and all that stuff. There's stuff that happens towards the end that I don't remember being in it, what I won't talk about, just so you guys can play it and see it. But everything's there. They just like enhance shit. So like we were talking about this before, you know, like two of the main characters die. And so in it, they make you get introduced to more of their backstory, and like one of them you meet their parents and like all this other stuff, still knowing that they're gonna die later. So it makes it like, I guess, more intense. Yeah, like you said, I was like 1:30 in the morning. These characters are dying, and I'm just like looking around trying to make sure I'm not like crying at a fucking video game at 36 years old. You know, where when I was 16, I did cry probably. So I had a bunch of little fat pixels. No, it's amazing looking, and the environments are amazing. I would play it if you guys get a chance. It's only PlayStation though for a year.
Yeah,
I
It's
believe.
gonna come out on PC.
A year, and
Yeah.
then it'll come out PC.
When it
and
comes out on
Xbox.
PC, I'm definitely.
Yeah, but I would assume when it comes on a PC, it's gonna be all of it, not like they're gonna like we're
No.
redoing the episodes again on PC.
So I think what's a lot of people don't understand. So it was announced back, I want to say 15, maybe even sooner or further back than that. But Square Enix was having a separate company make it, and it was 2017. They scrapped the whole thing and restarted making it in Square Enix. So it's even more mind-boggling because everyone keeps us like, oh, it's been 5 years, 7 years. It hasn't been that long. From what I've read, they completely started over when they brought it back into Square Enix, and the company that was making it was known for doing remakes. So it probably was a fucking pile of shit if they're willing to start
love
all
to see
over.
that.
Yeah. I would love to too. So they actually made this game like maybe 4 years. It's mostly like 3 years. Is what it took them. And like the scope of it, like you get to do a lot of other things like in the original you never got to do in Midgar. Like you get to see more of the different sectors, and you get to see like how they look and how they are set up and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean it's pretty fucking awesome. It's amazing actually. Wasn't a letdown, and being episodic, meaning I think they're shooting for 3 separate games.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be like a bunch. Okay.
Yeah, I think that I read that they're shooting for 3. It's probably going to be more than that because I don't know how they can do less than probably 6.
Someone was like, it's going to be like 6 or 7 parts, and I was
Yeah,
like, oh, I just
I could
lost
see that.
so much interest.
I can see that.
Breaking up that much.
Yeah,
Like,
I kind of want to
play it first, dude. Play the first
Yeah.
one because if you do all the extra shit in the game, I think they say it's over 40 hours. So it feels like it's a real full game.
yeah, that's
Like you feel like you start at the beginning and you get introduced to these characters and like it's just like any other game. Plus, I mean, $80 is that much. Like I was trying to think this morning, I think it comes out so like watching like 5 movies in the theaters or something, and that's just the tickets. That's not even like popcorn and all that other shit. So,
which is
it's
probably
really-
never coming back.
Yeah,
I hope
crazy.
not.
AMC.
Dude, AMC is going to close.
Fucking
Yep.
hate
I think they're
movie
filing
theaters.
bankruptcy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're filing
So that's
bankruptcy.
that's like the only and biggest chain left,
Yep.
right?
Well, I think the only
Regal.
ones that'll probably maybe survive afterwards are the ones that do like the more full accommodation, having beer and
That are
sit
in a
down,
shopping center or a
nice,
mall.
nice seats and everything. the
Okay,
wait
but like
staff
if I'm
and stuff
AMC,
like that, like,
you make a fucking website and you.
So they did. They put out
Cause like,
an
doesn't
app.
this affect Hollywood? Isn't Hollywood gonna be like,
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Well, I mean,
I don't.
budgets?
Is it really going to matter that much if
Doesn't
movies
that
don't go to
change the-
theaters?
Yeah, it's gonna
No, it
change
is.
the budgets of
Yeah.
films.
So
Like,
Hollywood in general is losing like millions of dollars every week that it goes. So Black Widow, which was supposed to be their first like female-led comic book movie, got delayed indefinitely. They have no idea when they're gonna release it.
right. Don't worry, she's not getting any less hot, so she'll be fucking
Yeah.
be ready to rock when they are.
Who's Black Widow?
Scarlett Johansson.
Oh,
She has the highest golden ratio of any human.
The Hyatt what?
Golden ratio is like a formula they used in like Renaissance paintings to like tell how perfectly proportionate a subject was, and you can
Oh,
put this mathematical equation over someone's face and it's how proportionate they are, and she's like a 9.7, which is like unheard of. Like her genetics are important to our race.
Yeah.
Like that's how attractive this female is. Like seriously,
To our face.
like the human race. Let me clarify.
sidebar.
Well, baby Hitler.
Jesus. She.
Human race.
We need to put her on the front lines to show
Yeah.
what real people look like.
Yeah. Whew.
Wow.
Comic books
Okay.
don't exist anymore. You guys hear about that?
No.
So Diamond Distributors is the world's largest distributing company in the world for comic books, and they do both DC and Marvel. And they suspended, I think, last week the first time in 80 years comic books won't be going to stores. Whoa. In 80 years, yeah. World War
Are they gonna
One
do, like,
or World War Two didn't
PDFs?
stop it. So all digital stuff just doesn't sell. Like people that want it
Right.
are like,
You can't collect it.
yeah,
That's-
yeah.
Like
Video games is a big
and
thing with that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, yeah, even Final Fantasy, they were worried about distribution on it. So, Square Enix kept putting out things almost every day saying, yes, if they're going to still release Final Fantasy VII or not, or hold off until they could actually get physical copies to people. But yeah, like, I think the articles I've read, though, is that company was already dealing with problems, and this was just the nail in the coffin. So, they were already dealing with getting money for distributing stuff. And yeah, so it's crazy. So like I said, World War II, 9/11, they still were able to get comic books out, but first time in 80 years, they're not doing any comic books at all.
It's just not the norm.
Which I should have sent you guys the link. Marvel, because of that, are literally scrambling to try to get the younger version of people. So they have this new Warriors
Oh, Snowflake and
Safe Face.
Oh yeah,
And Screen Time.
Dude.
And
Are those real?
Yeah, those
That's
are
not.
real.
That's not just an elaborate bullshit
No.
joke meme thing.
No.
Oh, it is an elaborate bullshit joke
Yeah.
thing. They're just the people who made it just aren't in
Oh,
on the
and
joke.
the two artists who made it, of course, are two white dudes.
Oh yeah.
Of course, are two
yeah.
white dudes.
I hope they die.
So it's funny too.
Safe Space and Snowflake
Yeah.
are two of the characters.
That doesn't even make sense.
Fuck off, dude. Fuck off.
The main guy that wrote it too, he was on a reality TV show, and
Cut his dick off.
it was called like The Prince and the Nerd or something, where they're trying to
cut his dick
find
off.
wives or whatever. And it was funny. If you look it up and watch the episode, he is the most awkward human being in the world. Somehow, I hate to say it, but like this beta male like made it high enough up where he now has control of this shit. So like there's a scene where the girl tries to dance with him and he's like, no, I can't do this, like spins him once, and he's like, no, I don't feel comfortable. And then another girl tries to kiss him and she kisses him and he closes his lips, and he's like something like, oh, I didn't like that. And it's like, what is fucking wrong with you, dude? Like these two back in the 90s, because I think it's 90s or early 2000s, are attractive for that time, and they're trying to like play up the show and like do stuff with you, and you're such an awkward fucking person. You can't even like dance with a girl, and you can't like kiss a girl.
Yeah, you're already on TV, dude.
Like yeah, exactly. Are you afraid your mom's
Wake
gonna
up.
see that and like not make you peanut butter jelly sandwiches anymore or something? Like what the fuck is going on?
Dude.
Yeah. Though, yeah, but the Snowflake and Safe Space and Screen Time, and all that.
They're like, we're trying to like destigmatize these words that have become whatever, blah,
Yeah.
blah, but cut my dick off. I'm like, dude.
Maybe don't
Yeah.
aggressively try to redefine the meaning of words
Yeah.
via propaganda.
Yeah.
Hey,
Like,
did you write
maybe-
the dictionary?
Maybe write a story.
Are you
that's a
Mr.
narrative.
Webster himself?
Yeah,
Cool.
like-
You're not in charge of
Yeah.
words. So
Maybe
fucking cut your dick
like,
off, dude.
stop trying to manipulate
Yeah.
people by like changing vocab.
Yeah, unless your last name is
Yeah.
Webster. Cut your
Yeah,
dick
it's
off.
it's
if
a
you
weird
change
world
words.
because it's like I'm not against people
Cutting
wanting,
dicks off?
Well, no,
I really, if you
I'm
can't
not-
tell, I'm beating this horse.
I'm against that. I
think we should
don't
cut
want
his
to
dick
get
off.
my dick cut off. I feel like though, like what they're trying to get at, I can commend them. They're trying to bring in like
Other audiences.
one of the kids. Well, one of the audiences, and which always makes me laugh is when people try to say these companies are doing it for them. They're not doing it for them. They're doing it so they can make fucking money, because that's
Right.
the new hottest thing going on. It's not because they truly believe in your cause. I understand like because I have a lot of clients and friends that are like trans and gay and all that stuff, and they might like look at it and be like, oh, that's cool. But I also have gay and trans friends that have watched it and been like, what the fuck
Yeah, it's very
is this?
patronizing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
exactly.
yeah.
Like, that's-
Exactly. Yeah, and
Like,
I
I
mean,
don't
we're
need
four
this.
white dudes and straight that I know of. Maybe we shouldn't talk about it,
Right.
is what we're told. But I mean, I would feel like if I was them, like, yeah, like you said, like, you're like trying to just make money off my situation, not
Right.
like trying to actually add me to the fold, you know?
Also, it's 99% of the time the most like stereotypical representations
Yeah.
of whatever group, whatever marginalized group
Right.
that they're acting like they're protecting and everything. They always give the most stereotypical portrayal of them,
Right.
and make them seem like more of a character and less of a person.
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
caricature.
It's
of
yeah,
that
exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, so
stereotype.
it seems more dehumanizing than
Yeah.
to.
It's a skinny gay black guy. You're like,
Yeah, like-
okay.
Oh, did
Those don't
Pete
exist.
Davidson write
He's a
that in
football
SNL studio? Like,
Yeah.
no, that's what they're like SNL characters. That's
Yeah.
literally what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it's just. But if they were to do that with a comedy behind it, then it's not okay. But it's
Yeah.
like, no, we're serious though. These guys are just frail
Well, and, like,
and they hide. Okay.
Like, just, hey, make Green Lantern suck a dick. He already exists.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, make one of them gay. There's
I'd
so many
watch Ryan Reynolds do that.
multiverses and
Wait, who's
different
Green
arcs
Lantern?
and stuff. I think the last one was Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, he
Would
was,
you
yeah.
watch a dick sucking Ryan Reynolds?
Wouldn't you?
I mean,
Him and Dane Cook via waiting era. That might be.
he's got a preference. He's like early Dane Cook on the receiving end. Yeah,
Up
dude.
that Sufi or whatever
Yeah.
the fuck that retarded
Yeah.
shit he did.
He's probably packing a hammer. That dude's got long
Oh,
forearms.
Dane?
Yeah.
He wrote 7 movies about him having sex with women, so I would hope so.
Okay, well, either that or he's compensating.
True.
He got Jessica Simpson. Don't forget that.
He did?
in the movie.
Oh,
in
I was like, Nick
Employee of the Month, dude.
Nick Lingerie or Lachey or
That's a
Lagagli is gonna be
that's a
pissed.
great ass movie. It's
Yeah.
a funny movie. That was right before he went off the deep end. Started doing the round inside of theaters and stadiums.
Yeah, he fell the
and
fuck off. He was like the most popular comic like fucking ever.
He didn't even tell jokes either.
Yeah.
It's funny if you go back and watch Vicious Circle and like watch it, you're like, he's just saying
Yeah, he's
loud,
like,
funny things.
refrigerator.
That's
and everyone's
literally.
Like, like, I have a refrigerator. Whoa! Like,
I laughed my ass off.
yeah, like
the whole time I
2003, the
watched it.
fucker
Yeah.
peaked, dude. And he was
Yeah.
just talking. He's like, "You guys ever wear shoes?" They're like, "Oh my god!"
The
Like,
Kool-Aid Man runs through the wall. It's like, oh, okay.
yeah,
The
that
kids
was,
yell at him. That's not a joke.
Yeah, you're like, where's the punchline? It's like, looks at the camera and raises an eyebrow, and like everyone just squirts in their fucking pants and pays him. Like,
He's just pitching sketches.
yeah.
60,000 people in
Yeah.
the rows. Like,
they're all like half thought out ideas.
they're all like, well,
"You're
I've
so
only
quirky."
I've got $14 that I can throw down if we want to do
Yeah.
that sketch. That's funny. Oh well, I don't know now. Speaking of comedy, Tom Skerritt is really funny.
Tom Segura's here.
I hate, it took me forever to
With
go
the
find
bomber
who that guy
jacket
was.
too, dude.
And then,
That's how he
God,
dresses in the new special. That's the jacket he wears.
I can't.
Watch Tom Segura's new special. He has that cut of beard and that jacket on. And I saw it and I looked at Janelle. I was like, I didn't have to say anything. And she's like, Avery.
You're like Tom Segura at the end of Sober October.
Okay.
Yeah, you're like taller and thinner, but like you're also Tom Segura.
Sweet.
Those are
It's not a diss. It's just like uncanny.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
like,
Well, it's all right. I like him.
he's
funny.
also like top 5 funniest comedians.
yeah, he's
right
super
now.
funny.
Like,
yeah.
what do you
I
guys
like his
think of
podcast.
Fight Island? You guys hear about Fight Island?
Yeah, I have. I've been in
I know
a
you
ball
have.
full of emotions this entire
Yeah.
fucking past 2 weeks.
He's been walking around with
Tony-
a half-hard cock because of
Tony
Fight
Khabib.
Island.
Yes, it's happening. We're happening. Khabib's like, I'm staying
Dana
in
White,
Russia.
the owner of the UFC, has just like, fuck the virus. I don't give a fuck. We're going to do UFC fights. Everyone's
Oh,
like, you
yeah.
can't do that. He's like, fine, I'm buying an island. Fucking bought an island and is filling it full of UFC fighters, like a Mortal Kombat.
You know
movie.
that fight's
Oh,
not
shit.
happening.
He's doing
right?
Mortal Kombat.
You know
Yeah,
that got
that'd be cool.
canceled next weekend, right?
No way.
That fight got
UFC
canceled.
got canceled.
Yeah. No, UFC got canceled.
Fight Island got canceled?
No, Fight Island still exists, but
Well, I mean, in my heart, it will always exist.
Dana White got a phone call from the heads of Disney,
Who run the world?
who run
yeah.
the Nazi world and everything revolving it. Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that.
he got
Yeah.
a phone call from Disney, and they were
Who
like,
owns ESPN.
who owns ESPN,
Gotcha.
and they were like, we really strongly do not want you to do this virtually. They were
And by
virtually
strongly,
like,
we mean we'll molest
it'd
your
be
whole
in your
family."
best
Yeah.
interest if, exactly.
We'll kill you.
If
Yeah,
you
like-
don't want to be tied up and watch all of your family be sent away as sex slaves,
Right.
just please don't.
Yeah, earlier, like when we were
All-
talking about horror movies, I have a similar thoughts about Disney movies.
Yeah.
As far as like why I don't watch them.
I feel like Mickey Mouse from South Park called him up, you know?
Straight up.
Yeah.
Or like, you know,
Oh yeah.
you know,
Oh,
when,
yeah.
you know when like when Frieza dies and then comes back as an android, that's Jeffrey Epstein, and he's like on the phone, like I've been
Right.
rebuilt, you know,
Yeah.
and he's running Disney now. But he's got like one eye. They're like he's back. you know?
Yeah, so that's not happening this weekend.
Fuck.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
no.
crazy. So was that supposed to be the first fight on Fight
On
Island?
Fight Island, it was supposed to be Justin Gaethje versus Tony Ferguson, which was going to be
On a fucking island.
on a
Did you know they had that thing on like a beach and like the sun's? Oh my god! I
They're
remember
just gonna
so
like
fucking
Tekken
sick.
6 and
Dude,
like,
yeah.
Seriously.
Why does the guy have a
Tekken
tiger? I don't
6.
care. Fight. Like
Yeah. But there's still
guys in Jinkos with a tiger head. Like let him fight.
exactly like get some Armor King up in here. Like,
Yeah. What's going on?
they're still working on it though. Like the island is secure. He will be able to hold fights on it upcoming, but it's not.
It's
gonna
just
be
Epstein's
for-
island. He's like, it was cheap. It was cheap. Disney's like, hey, that's our property. Actually,
Yeah.
Like, they're just renting it to. I mean, same fucking company that owns the UFC.
I'm sorry, Mr. White. We double booked. The Clintons are supposed to be there next weekend, so
Reservation for 1500.
there's a Biden. They're having a Joe Biden party.
Wait. Disney owns ESPN. ESPN owns UFC. Are we supporting kid fucking?
ESPN does not own the UFC. ESPN is under contract
deal
to
with them.
broadcast.
Are we
the
supporting
UFC.
child fucking by watching shirtless men fight?
We're if you watch anything from Fox, if you watch anything from
Yeah.
ABC, if you watch anything from Disney
Fox
owns
and the
everything.
Hound?
Disney owns like 60% of media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're insane, and like even things they don't own, it's like they still have their hand in it too, because it's like, well, that's our star that came from Disney.
Even things they don't own, they still have their hand in it. And you went like this.
Oh, well, I mean,
Me and Keegan looked at each other like, uh-oh.
And you're talking about Disney.
And we're talking about
Disney,
Disney. I don't own this child.
yeah, how fucked up those poor Mickey Mouse kids are.
Dude.
Oh,
Could you
my
imagine
God.
being molested by
Except
someone in a
JT.
Mickey Mouse cartoon?
Let's not throw JT in there.
No.
I think
probably
he's
like,
just,
sklip,
he ain't gonna.
dodging it like the Matrix of penises. Like just
Jesus, that's
Whoa.
clipping.
crackly clippity. You think it's the headphone amp? And
I
not
think
the...
I don't think it's the headphone amp. I think it's the channel sending to the headphone.
Something happened.
Oh yeah, no, or it's that.
Oh, well,
Reset. What are we at time-wise?
we can stop probably.
Hour 4.
Hour 4? Okay. Is there
We can
anything else
finish
to
it.
talk about Fight Island? The only thing I have in my notes that we haven't talked about is why golfers never match and the presidential race.
Because golf clothes are expensive.
Well, I just noticed, like, is
and-
it a prerequisite you have to dress like a fucking dork to go golfing? It's always like
Yeah.
khakis, a
Kinda.
blue shirt,
Hold
a
on.
red hat. Nothing matches, and they're like,
Hold
like,
as a golfer?
can't you just wear
Some-
what you're wearing already?
No,
Why?
because you need mobility and breathability.
Okay, but I have breathable clothes that don't make me look like an extra on fucking Full House.
Do they cut wind well?
I mean, sure. I poke some holes in a windbreaker. I don't know. Fucking,
Poke some holes in it.
you know what I mean? Like, why don't I ever see like an Adidas tracksuit out there just? You know, what I mean? It's always
because we don't live in Florida.
but, like,
Because
they're always like above the knee shorts.
Or Yugoslavia.
serious.
Above
That's
the knee
not even a
shorts
country
and New
anymore, my bad.
Balances and a Trump hat and like a way too tight polo with stripes, and it's just like fucking
Yeah.
figure it out, dude.
yeah, I don't know what.
I just no one's dressing normal.
Do you guys think that now with Biden being the runner, he's the runner, right? Because
Yeah.
Bernie
Yeah,
dropped
Bernie
out.
dropped out.
Well, Bernie dropped out.
Yeah,
Was that-
Disney gave him a call.
He's
and
not
like,
100% dropped. Like he,
Yeah,
You're gonna have to drop out.
fuck your
There's-
granddaughter.
some weird technicality thing where like he's still maintaining his delegates or something like that, so, and then like still going to be on the ballots in the states that still have
So like we're
primaries
rigging it, but we're soft
everything.
rigging it. Like,
Yeah, but apparently the whole thing is he's trying to build up a delegate count so that he can push whatever is his platform to be the main Democrat platform. It gives him
to
power.
influence
Oh,
Biden
weird.
A little
essentially.
bit, yeah, basically. But I mean, like, you don't need to do that. Biden's not even conscious.
Right.
No.
Like,
yeah.
he's probably pretty easy
Dude.
to influence.
Yeah.
Gaffes keep coming with him. It's like,
I don't think he'll live through it. So I know that Joe Rogan just talked about it, and like
Yeah,
I was
I
talking to my
saw that.
crew about it before all this happened. We were talking
got
about
dementia.
it, and you look at pictures of like Bush, Clinton, fucking Obama after even 4 years, they look like fucking
Yeah.
shit. They look like life has been
Rode
sucked
hard
out
and
of
put
them.
away wet.
Yeah, and so I think that the way he's already like going, he like totally dementia, right? Like, because forgetting in the middle of his speeches what he's even talking about, and rambling, and then all the compilations of him like molesting
It's
chicks.
so fucking.
Yeah.
Dude,
like,
it's like if it was one
aggressively.
or twice, it could be like
Children.
a weird angle.
Yeah.
It could be a
Children.
weird thing. Yeah,
Like
children.
smelling their
Yeah, and like all these like Democratic lawmakers' daughters that he's just like,
Right.
and they're just like in the room sitting next to him, like it's the vice president that's molesting my daughter in front of me. Ha 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 ha. Hope Disney doesn't come.
Yeah.
From, like,
Yeah.
Dude, it's fucking nuts. You creepy old fuck.
I just realized my dad used to say "rode hard and put away wet" to us as kids, and that's extremely inappropriate. Because he would like say it, like my mom would come in all like fucked up and dirty from the
Dude,
garbage, like, "You look like you've been rode hard and put away wet." And then we started repeating it, and then I'm realizing what that means, and I'm like, "Fucking yuck!"
dude, straight up,
For years, I was
exact same. I just had that same revelation
Right.
as you were saying that because that was something my dad also
Right.
said.
And I'm like, that is fucking disgusting, okay? I'm 7.5 years old. Rode hard and put away wet, dude. Let that sink in. That's fucking savage. Anyways, I don't know why. Because I used it like casually. I'm like, that's
Rode
fucking
hard,
so
put away
over
wet.
the top. And that was like a family
Right, yeah.
euphemism. Like, we'd come in all like, you know, rode hard and put away wet. Like, that's your dog.
You look like you just got gangbanged.
Yeah. Come inside you and put you on a coat hanger. You're like, Dad, chill out. Like, Grandma's here. Like, fucking holy shit.
My God.
Ooh.
Oh, fucking A. Yeah, now what? I think that's
That's all my notes. Other than the N-word is alive and well in Call of Duty. I have
Dude, it's so bad.
How are they
Oh
getting
my
away
God.
with
Cross-platform on Xbox?
Cross-platform is the worst.
It's
I'm turning it off.
With Xbox users?
and
PlayStation.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but
I'm turning it
I mean,
off.
PlayStation's a little bit higher
They're-
class than
oh,
Xbox.
Thank you.
2%.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Dude, the squeakers, dude. They're like, I'm gonna fuck your dad. Like, just as soon as you get into lobby, like, your dad's gay. Your dad's a homo, queer homo. Your dad's gay. You're like, dude, fucking can't wait to kill this kid. And then he like goes 12-0 on you, and you're like,
Yeah.
just murks you. He just destroys you. Your dad's gay. Your dad's gay. Just N-word. Hey, my dude, just so it's alive and well, dude.
Yeah.
It's alive and well in Call of Duty chats, dude. You can't. I mean, you can report them, but what are they gonna?
No, nothing.
The N-word police come to
I
the
mean,
door, like,
if we report them, we deserve to be reported at
right,
this point. So
narcs.
not
But
that
it's
we,
just like-
not that we're as violent with the wordage we use, because they are just
It's insane,
they're,
dude.
they're careless. It's like, where's your mom?
Like in the
Yeah.
room.
Well, yeah, that's the other part. Is like you can hear someone else talking in the background. It's like that sounds like an adult. They should start being an adult.
they just come in on the mic.
Well-
They're like, "Yeah, your dad is gay."
That's the other thing you hear is the amount of child neglect going on in these chats.
sad.
You can hear people gaming and
Crying.
like dishes being done and kids crying, and they're like, "Shut up, shut up, I'm
dog
playing my game."
barking.
And they're like, "Why don't you ever look at your son, Nathan?" And he's like, "Shut up, bitch!" And just like, you're like, Jesus Christ. They just have open mics because they're such fucking cave people. They don't know how to like use push to
that-
talk on a fucking controller. I'm like, dude, I can hear your dysfunctional family in the background. Like, you need to figure your
Feel
life
called out.
I've heard some fucking like kids falling down the stairs, dishes breaking, and like, Darren, the cops are here. Like, fuck you, bitch, I hate you. Like just fuck, dude. So yeah, get the fuck off Call of Duty. I feel like that's just all everyone's
I'm
doing.
gonna play that
50 million people last weekend were playing Warzone.
Oh wow.
'Cause it's free.
I know, but like, yikes.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy.
50 million people
I
at
don't-
once.
I don't even think Apex did that.
No.
Went on there.
I think that's like Fortnite numbers or above. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's in the Fortnite realm. Like the first ever battle royale. Like it's beating those numbers. Like,
Do you guys have any idea of like what the next game style? So there was MOBAs,
Right.
first-person shooters when we were younger. MOBAs now.
Rape
and
simulator.
then rapes. 2-hour
I
rape
guarantee
2-hour rape
that's
scenes.
I bet you can Google.
probably
and
already
find it.
exists.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I'm
you
sure
can.
Steam's got it for God's sake.
Well, I mean, like,
they got the weirdest shit on
oh
Steam.
yeah,
Yeah.
that shit gets flagged all the
Oh.
time though.
Yeah.
Speaking of dark holes, and not the ones you're thinking of, Janelle is really into Sims 4, and she's been
yeah.
making people in Sims 4.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And of course, Brian was like, "Make me a sex dungeon," and all these people are making these weird like requests, like, "Make me a fucking pony and make me have 9 wives." And so she's like, "Oh, I need to get into mods." She goes on these modding websites to try and find all these items that people
yeah.
make
Oh,
for the
yeah.
game.
Yeah.
No.
Oh my god, dude! Like dildo parties and fucking like horseplay and like just all this like crafted Sims 4 shit, like all but fucking kids, like fucking animals and fucking people dressed like animals,
Oh,
and
shit.
animals fucking other animals, like make your dogs fuck your wife, and just like fucking all sorts of shit. Gay vampire porn edition, like dick size and like actual sex scenes and like putting genitals onto the Sims and like
Oh fuck.
the whole 9 yards. So she made a fucking forum account because to get some of these mods, you have to be a forum member.
Oh,
And she's going through and like reading the comments and just like reading them out loud. It was just like, "Hey, I can't get my Sim to pee anywhere." They're like, "Well, where do you want it to pee?" He's like, "Anywhere." And I'm like, "Anywhere, dude?" Like, that means in someone's mouth.
That's where being non-specific is being
Yeah.
more specific.
Hey, my Sim only pees in the toilet. You're like, "Yeah, dude." So should you. Like, go back to Germany, okay? Like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh shit.
Fucking bug report. My Sim will only pee in the toilet. EA's like, "Cool.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Send me $85." Like,
It's crazy that something like that can make hentai porn seem normal.
dude, yeah. There's
Yeah.
tentacle porn in Sims 4, dude.
And that
Oh,
that seems more normal than like taking a little digital figure and putting you have to mod genitals
Dude.
onto something in order.
I
for
saw
it to...
Sim pussy, dude. I was like, turn it off.
Yeah.
Turn it off. Undownload that. Like, I think that's the episode.
Yeah.
We covered a lot.
Yeah.
We covered a lot.
everything we could, really. I mean, with Corona happening.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing going on other than that I'm still depressed because I should be in Portland right now.
That sucks.
But that's fine. I was going to watch Andrew Santino last night, too, because he was going to, at one of the theaters we were going to go to, and then that's fine. That's fine. But that's it, I guess. Follow us on. Go watch our Dungeons and Dragons episodes.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Because
Especially now that they're all out. You can
we
watch
did.
them
We
in
guess we
order.
didn't really conclude what we did there, but I guess you can just
We
watch them.
picked a good
'cause
stopping point though.
Yeah, no, it's good.
There was a lot.
It's hard to. That was like the hardest thing was like when I was editing the whole session is figuring out when to stop because it's so it like
yeah.
flows, you know. Like I stopped one where we like went to bed, but it was like it's so like fluid. There's not like, and then the chapter ends. Like
Yeah.
I like how it's like like shit just leads to the next thing. There's no real like
Right.
you
yeah.
lose track of time because of that. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
It's
fun.
cool too though, because like for me, if you guys want to keep doing it, I can go back and watch stuff you guys have already done. It's kind of like a log. For
Oh,
me
yeah.
Right, you
as
can make a
oh,
more
yeah.
accurate.
That's
Like,
Yeah.
Honestly, when I was rewatching it, there was a bunch of stuff that I totally didn't really notice the first time, and
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, okay, we could probably do this differently next time," and everything.
I had
It's like,
so many-
"Oh, like I forgot we talked to this person. We should check back
Well,
with
and
them."
we
and
could have
stuff
been-
like
yeah.
that.
we could have been so much more effective in like how killing shit. I was
yeah.
just sleeping on a bunch of moves that
don't
were like
know what
perfect.
you guys are
Oh, yeah.
talking about. I did great.
You have like
Yeah, I know.
you had the magic rolls.
I think
dude.
I had like
Yeah.
6 kills or something
Yeah.
like that.
I just took damage, fucked up shirts, and revived you.
Yeah.
like, that was about it. You made
Yeah.
some people's chili. Like,
Yeah, like I.
you're really uncomfortable.
I don't even think I made anybody chilly. I just like blew sparkles at people that I just knocked out. Like I like made people take a nap and then
And then you're
like
like,
blew
"Fleur."
sparkles in
You're
a
like,
general direction.
Party
Like-
favors.
like-
Yeah.
You're like Ron. You're Ron. If you were a wizard, you'd be Ron.
Wrong
You're like-
person.
not very.
You're like
Yeah.
you're like Cloud throwing lightning at Sephiroth, like right at the beginning. Just lightning one, just right off the bat, and him just going.
Yeah.
But anyways,
like I'm offended that you even try.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
There's a scene like that in the game. No, there really is.
Yeah.
There's actually a scene just like that.
so play Final Fantasy, play Resident Evil, play Warzone, play whatever.
Play Hunt.
Message
Hunt.
the please stop thing. We'll play video games with anyone that plays video games. I
Yeah, we
guess
can
because
stream
at this point everything's fucking cross-platform anyways. So
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
want to invite us to our stream, maybe we'll stream some Hunt. The 3 of us or the 4 of us could play. I wish they would do 4-player Hunt.
Yeah.
I really want it.
I
would
understand the
be-
3 though,
I
because
get
when
it.
one person goes down, you really start getting a little edgier.
Right.
You know, things start getting a little hectic. So
But yeah, maybe we'll do some streaming. Send us messages. What do you want us to talk about? All that good stuff.
We're still gonna keep
quit
doing the
sending dick
podcast.
pics to the fucking please stop thing.
I'm not
The titties
getting
are fine,
those.
but
I'm definitely not getting those.
oh well.
yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, follow, share, fuck off.
sounds good.